lawyer, resident of Wakarigado, Rugard Division, Kampala District. You're charged with misprision of treason, contrary to Section 25 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. The particulars of the offense are that Salongo Elias Lukwago and others still at large between 2021 and November 2024 at various places, including Nairobi in Kenya and Kampala in Uganda, knowing that other persons, to wit, Joel Wakaima, Frank Chiheri Atkunda, Haj Obed Lutale Kamlegea, and Colonel retired Dr. Kiza Besigye intended to commit treason, did not give information thereof with all reasonable dispatch to the minister, an administration officer, a magistrate or an officer in charge of a police station, or use all reasonable endeavors to prevent the commission of the treason. Salome, have you understood the particulars of the offense?
And requires urgent orthopedic intervention. Or neurological intervention. He also suffers respiratory ailments relating to his breathing. Requiring well-ventilated space, as well as consistent and persistent medical observation. He also suffers from hypertension. And that hypertension has been exacerbated by the physical conditions. Physical conditions he has endured over the last 2 days of his life. All these conditions were referred by the medical board of this country as only manageable by that Fortis Memorial Hospital and Nairobi Hospital. And Fortis is in Delhi, India.
That is the Fortis Memorial?
Yes, it is in Delhi, India. But where's the most specified location called Gurugram in India? Gurugram in India. Gurugram is G-U-R-U-G-R-A-M. Your Honor, away from the medical prescriptions are two lifestyle prescriptions. One is what to eat, when to eat, and how to eat it. The second is when to get up and walk, for how long, what distance, all of which cannot be available under incarceration. Now, those conditions have further been exacerbated by the type of meals that have been provided in the last 2 days. In particular, posho and beans, forced posho and beans. Together with the lack of medication as prescribed. The latest pressure taken from off the applicant or the accused person about 1 hour ago indicated that it was 217. 200. It was 200 over 100. Yes. Which, by your standards, is close to suffering a stroke. Indeed, before he was dumped at the police, while in military custody, suffered a high surge of blood pressure, reason whereof the military drove him out of their facility. And he was only saved by the intervention of a doctor that quickly administered a tablet under his tongue. All those conditions cannot be catered for under incarceration. We are making attempts, Your Worship, to obtain a printout of some of the medical documents we are talking about, which we could not prepare in time. Reason being that since his kidnapping, we have only been looking for him.
So you were unable to prepare?
We were unable to get them, but we have received them electronically. So they are being printed out. By the time I finish this application or these applications, we would have obtained them. The accused person is 56 years old. By law and authorities, that is advanced age. Now, advanced age spanning from the age of 50, so he's already 6 years into advanced age. As a matter of record and antecedent and responsibility, the accused, beyond being a lawyer, is the immediate past Lord Mayor of Kampala Capital City Authority. Of Kampala Capital City Authority. And a former member of Parliament for Kampala Central Division in the 8th Parliament. In the 8th Parliament, where he served for 5 years, both as MP and the Shadow Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs. He was also Shadow Attorney General. He is currently the President of the People's Front for Freedom, a registered political party.
People's Front
For Freedom, a registered political party. He has no criminal record whatsoever. But has been charged in court before. And has been granted bail before. He has never absconded. Which is a demonstration of his law-abiding character. Worship, in addition to his personal undertaking, abide by the bail terms, the accused person has a number of substantial sureties and I proceed to introduce them with your permission. The first one is the Honorable Betty Aolo Chan. Come here. The Honorable Betty Aolo Chan is the city woman member of Parliament. City woman member of Parliament for Gulu City. In this 12th Parliament, having served for 15 years already, 20 actually. She's in her 5th term in Parliament. She's a former leader of the opposition. In the Parliament of Uganda, a former chief opposition whip, knows the art of whipping. So she can easily whip him to come to court. And is the deputy, currently the deputy president of the same political party I mentioned, People's Front for Freedom, in brackets you can call it PFF. She's the deputy president of that political party for Northern Uganda. Works closely with the accused person. She's a mother figure and a friend with the accused person, aged 67 years. If you, she's introduced by a national identity card, being a resident of, I need somebody to read for me. I'm also a man of advanced age.
With your permission, Senior Quarters Village. Yegase Ward, I-R-I-A-G-A Ward.
I beg your pardon.
Yegase, I-R-I-A-G-A Ward. La Lopeche division is the sub-county. Those are the particulars. Particulars and the national ID.
Your Worship, we would like to pass both the national ID and the Parliament ID through you to the colleagues, then we shall provide photocopies.
And there's a stop them on
Yes, we will undertake. Your Worship, the accused himself is also introduced by letter of LC1. No, the accused. From Burua village, where he's resident. That is Wakaliga. And his national ID is also available for inspection and for your management as you may be pleased. And for the Honorable Betty Awolo-Chan, we have the photocopies of the IDs. For the Honorable Awolo-Chan, we have not been able to secure LC later, considering the distance and the speed with which these events took. Your Worship, the second surety, with your permission, if Honorable Right Honorable Chan is the Honorable Dr. Philip Michael. Honorable Dr. Philip Michael Lulume Baiga. Honorable Lulume Baiga is aged 56. So they are both men of advanced age. He is a resident of Galasel, Bagala. Bagala is B-A-G-G-A. L. Cell. Seta Ward. Goma Division. Seta Ward. Goma Division. Goma is G-O-M-A. Mukono Municipality and Mukono District. It is introduced by data of LC. We are trying to run some more copies. Currently we have a photocopy and the original of his national ID together with the photocopy. The Honorable Roommate Baiga is the immediate former Member of Parliament for Weyikwe South. In the Weyikwe district. He's the Deputy President to the accused person in the political party I mentioned, PFF. He's a medical doctor. And the proprietor of Kampala International Medical Center, close by here in Kansanga. Kampala International Medical Center. In Kansanga, Kampala. Your Worship, he's a friend to the accused person for over 30 years. As you notice, they are age mates, they were in school together. And have since lived and worked closely together. You can also be reached on telephone number 0 permission 0772 096. I forgot to mention the telephone number for the Honorable Olo Chan, if you permit you. 07. Yes, 702. The third surety is the Honorable Betty Namboze Bachireke. The Honorable Betty Namboze Bachireke is aged 57. I have been forced by the presidents to mention her age. And outside God, she's my mom. So she's age 57. She's the current Member of Parliament for Mukono Municipality. Now serving her 5th term. Her 4th term, sorry. 4th term. And therefore, she's actually into her 5th, right? She's serving her 5th term. I was right. Her 5th term.
The 12th Parliament is her 5th term.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm in possession, Your Worship, of her Parliament ID. Because of the rush, we were not able to secure LC later introduction. And and the national ID, but she has memory of the NIN number, which can be used to access all the information about her, of her NIN number. It is CF 690 from 0 E9, capital E9, capital F, capital E, capital A. Sorry, capital E, capital K. She's a resident of Nakabago village. Nakabago village, Ntawo ward, Mukono municipality. Her telephone number is 0752 38 71. Sorry, 388 710. Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, in very peculiar circumstances, and now this relates to responsibility. The accused person is counsel, actually currently lead counsel, in the matter of retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye and two others, which is criminal session case number 335.
335.
Yes. Currently at hearing stage. It is 335 of 2025. Currently at hearing stage and is scheduled for the 30th day of June 2026. The same is likely to suffer interruption if it is not granted this week. I mentioned that one because of its prominence, including in these proceedings. So, but it is one among the so many cases he's handling as an officer of this law. He is not a fright risk. And undertakes not to leave the borders of this country without prior authorization of this court, with or without it being a condition. He is therefore the possibility of delay, and I would invite court to take judicial notice of the case backlog in our system, both in police, where the case is still is, and in court. With that, Your Honor, the applicant is cognizant of the gravity of this offense. one, the gravity consideration is mitigated in these proceedings by the personal undertaking and caliber of the applicant, two, the substantial nature of sureties, and the rest will be insulated by the conditions that you may be pleased to give. Obviously and axiomatically, the gravity of the offense does not negate the constitutional right and the presumption of innocence, right to apply for bail and the presumption of innocence. We have so far, Your Worship, obtained one bundle of the applicants, some of the applicants' medical records that we have been able to obtain electronically. And with your permission, we will submit a copy. And then we will upload, and we will therefore, if court desires to look at the originals, they undertake. But those are certified. I stand to be guided, Your Honor, because the other two applications are dependent on whether or not you grant bail today. In the unlikely event that you may not be, you are not in a position to grant bail today, we pray for one of the two things I'm going to mention. The first is owing to his medical condition. That he be referred to hospital for urgent medical care under conditions and directions you may be pleased to give. Again, in the unlikely event that that is not done, most unlikely, microscopic, in the unlikely or microscopic event that that is not done, but without prejudice to the foregoing, we pray that you direct that prison's authorities allow him possession of an orthopedic mattress. Orthopedic mattress. Because the same is under medical prescription. Orthopedic mattress and the cardiac bed, because these are critical for his survival.
Orthopedic mattress?
Yes, and the cardiac bed. The same are critically needed for his survival. Where he was previously incarcerated, when he mentioned that, they thought it was a luxury. And they advised him to sleep on the floor, which has exacerbated his back condition. With that, he only slept on the floor for about 20 minutes. And it explains. Okay, he was lying, not sleeping, on the floor. He was lying on the floor for those 20 minutes. And those have worsened his medical condition. he has not accessed medical care from his personal medical attendants. In the unlikely event of a remand, we would pray that the same be ordered and that he be allowed to access his specialized and prescribed meals. Your Worship, we have since obtained the second copy of the body or his medical documents. We pray that these medical documents be kept private because they relate personal medical conditions and very private. With that, Your Honor, I reiterate what I earlier prayed and pray that you be pleased to grant bail as a matter of life and death. Especially for the fear of an irreversible stroke owing to his medical condition. I so pray.
Yes, we have had the lengthy application made by the council with respect to the applications regarding the accused person. But we have prayer to make. We are asking the council for the accused person to avail us with the letter introducing the surety, the sureties, in particular, surety number 1 and 2. That is letter from the area MC, introducing them. He also availed us with a set of medical 1 and 3. 1 and 3.
The letter of introduction of their residence.
The letter from the area MC introducing them.
That's what I mean. The letter of introduction of their areas of residence.
Yes.
That is Honorable Namoze
And Honorable
and Betty Achandi.
Yes, ma'am. Then second, Your Worship, we are also requesting for the second medical documents with respect to the condition of the accused person, where the council referred to the second set of the medical document. We are also requesting that we should be availed with thereafter. We also pray that with the prosecutions are given time after you have seen the volume of the document. This is the one set of the medical document tendered by the council for the accused person. This volume of it within time to study the document.
And
then,
be given time
to study the medical document. And then we also need time to verify the particulars of the sureties. From that point, you also will be able to effectively respond to the bail application made by the council on behalf of the accused person. You also pray for referral order for urgent medical care and provision of orthopedic mattress, taking into account the condition of the applicant. He referred to that, and a mattress. The other one is critical to his condition, also. And that the applicant also needs specialized meal. He also prayed to court in event that the court does not grant him bail, court should issue that order. Just for our response to that.
Oh, you're highlighting on his request
what he has
to understand.
Yes.
Yes, on his request of grant of an orthopedic bed.
Yes.
So you are highlighting, then you can respond to the same.
Yes.
So I was failing to understand.
Yes. Yes. In response to that, is the prosecution's submission that the prison authority has the best facility in the country. It has specialized doctors. Unless otherwise court gets a report from the prison authority that they are unable to contain this condition while in prison, upon a report, maybe the court can pronounce itself on it. But as per now, there is no report from the prison authority suggesting that they are unable to have him in their facility. And to be premature for the court to say that the prison authorities are unable to have him in prison at this point or at this stage. So at this stage, also we rest our response. An order for urgent medical attention, medical care, ordering the prison authority to provide orthopedic mattress and carpet bed. That order also we pray that court should decline to issue it at this stage. That's our prayer also.
In regards to the bail application.
We ask for time to respond.
So in other words, you seek an adjournment in order to be given time to respond to the application.
Yes, you also.
That's the position.
With regard to the medical documents, the second set I was referring to, I meant copy one bundle set for the prosecution and one for court. That's what I meant by a second one, which was coming. So the bundle that we tend to rely on is within the possession of my colleagues.
The bundle that is in court is in its entirety.
Absolutely.
Yes, you don't need a second bundle.
No, I only meant we were making two copies each, one for state and one for court. They have the same, and I would invite them to read the same. Now, the same way they were prepared to charge and provided us with the little time that they gave us. So for the documents, and I will submit all the documents where they want the orders to see and understand the medical condition. They have the documents in front of them, and I trust their ability to read and understand them now and respond. The second, Your Honor, relates to LC letters. I did mention that, yes, we would have loved to provide the same. But the circumstances imposed onto us by the prosecution could not allow us. We only learned at 11 today that the accused person had been dumped at the police in Chira. Chira, not Chira division in Lukwago side. We rushed. We cooperated with the police. by way of providing the charge and the caution they required of him and his statement, which he did. We cooperated with their police surgeon to come and do his observation. And he did. Preliminary information was that they were going to charge him in Nakawa court. Even as we speak, they have not given us a copy of the charge sheet. Now, you're talking about the prosecution, mounting a prosecution in good faith. I did ask my colleague, also for the state, when we were here, before you entered, and we look at the copy of the charge sheet, and she said, I do not have it yet. I don't know if she has it now. I have not looked at the charge sheet. I only listened attentively. I would invite my colleagues, therefore, to use the same attention I used to listen to the charge sheet and understand it, and understand the medical documents. Your Honor, the LC letters that have been mentioned are only for identification of individuals. I am so saddened that counsel for the state, even after receiving a parliamentary ID for the Republic of Uganda, and she represents the state which issued the ID I'm talking about, and she still wants more. But I'm even more saddened that in this day and age, my land friend cannot even verify the identity of a member of parliament electronically and digitally. I'm very, very saddened. Apart from delay, creating backlog, abusing court process, creating backlog, abusing court process, creating, congesting prisons, and persecuting, there would be no reason why a senior state attorney, two senior state attorneys, with a state attorney assisting them, would not be able to proceed with this to such a and would insist that you proceed and detain, not just a sick person, a dying man. I would want to draw your attention, Your Worship, and without recruiting your sympathy, to a German national that was denied bail in Karanga on similar flimsy grounds, and at the next hearing he was dead. And you're saying your former Lord Mayor of this city, a colleague at the bar, an officer of this court, should not walk to hospital, but should go and be condemned to death before you even try it. Sure. With respect, Your Worship, to the sureties, to the alternative prayer. One, that even when someone wants to provide for himself a facility to allow him live, without inflicting a charge on the government of Uganda by way of a mattress, somebody providing for himself a cardiac bed, without asking government to provide the same. Someone providing for himself a specialized meal commensurate with his condition of life. Counsel for the State demands, I want a medical prescription for that. Your Honor, one, LC letters are not a requirement of law. It is just practice and guidance provided in the bail guidelines, just as a guide among other conditions you may impose. Indeed, that's why the law provides with or without sureties. Look at the speed with which we have been able to obtain a letter from LC of a person who has been incarcerated. And then somebody demands that the prison's authorities has the facilities. First, I'm not privy to when my land friend was last incarcerated in the men's wing anywhere in our prisons, so as to testify to the propriety of conditions in prison. Unlike us who are in private practice, who visit inmates in our prisons, Sean later faces with the file in the comfort of her office or chambers. I invite you to disregard her submission on the propriety or otherwise of the prison conditions, but invite you to take judicial notice of the congestion in our prisons that have always been highlighted by the judiciary, that we all proudly serve. Even without medical reports, some of which we have provided, and even those from prison, Your Honor, this bail is entirely discretionary, and we rely on your discretion and good conscience. Discretion is basically the law of conscience, which we invite you to invoke and exercise. We therefore pray that you take cognizance of the leadership caliber of the sureties presented, the caliber of the accused person, his record and service both to court and the nation, but also the need to decongest both court and prisons by attending to the legal work he handles as your officer. In the unlikely event that you incline to look at the letters of LC, then I would invite you to grant bail on the applicant's own cognizance, because it is provided for both in law, Section 75, as well as practice. And to do a visual and clinical examination of the accused person be pleased to grant bail, disallow the adjournment, and since they have opted not to respond to the bail application, to close them out. But even reopening to allow them is entirely your discretion, and I'm amenable to it. Without much ado, Your Honor, may you find pleasure. Have another opportunity to say. And since they wanted a medical report, specifically on what they're asking for, a copy and summary is hereby given to them. But even in, I being senior to them, maybe I could also be of help to them. As an alternative to an adjournment, you could give them a standover to study the documents. Since they need more time.
Actually, before court can pronounce itself, I simply wanted to make an inquiry. I don't know how much time state is requesting for in order to be given time to respond to the application. Because state is represented and they must be given an opportunity to respond to the application.
With your permission, just before and my colleague's permission, we are actually in possession now of the medical referral which they were talking about from Lago National Referral Hospital. Dated 13th April 2024. And it relates to the accused person with a diagnosis of C6 to 7 disc prolapse.
That is the C5 and C6 you talked about?
Now 6 to 7.
Okay, it's 6
to 7.
As opposed to 5 and 6?
Yes. Yes, sorry. This, even 5 is there, but this one relates to 6 and 7.
Okay.
Yes. Disc prolapse. Prolapse is pro and then lapse. With left-sided neuropharyngeal stenosis. I'm reporting that state is laughing at my client's medical condition.
Can't you do that?
Maybe she's laughing at the way I'm pronouncing medical terms. Yes, she's excited that I know that. Your Honor, with left-sided neuro, that is N-E-U-R-O. Foramia is F-O-R-M-I-A, which is as one word. Stenosis. And I'll only read the last bit, which my colleague was interested in, to submit on it. Recommendation. Mr. Lukwago Arias has not responded to the conservative treatment with pain medication and physiotherapy. He's recommended surgical decompression with spinal fusion, SCDF, to relieve his severe symptoms. Your Worship? Yes, ma'am.
When was this examination done?
Which one are you referring to? The one I'm reading?
Yes.
That is Fortis, and I don't know.
Is it the one of India?
That is India, but this art was preceded by this. Yes. But this one I'm referring to is April 2024. So I am giving.
2024.
Yes. I am giving this copy with the request that I receive it back to make copies because it is the only one we are in possession of. But for the purposes of my colleagues' I really want to make one comment and to appeal to co-professionals, the other side. In life, as professionals, there are certain things that make us look ugly. And there are certain fields as professionals we need not cross into. On my part and my team, we undertake to observe those standards. I would appeal to my colleagues, before whom I joined the bar, to keep the same standards. I saw
Council can take the leave of the matter. We simply want to ascertain how much time prosecution is asking to respond to the application. Because as far as court is concerned, the application has not been responded to.
True. Your Honor, we are requesting for 1 week's time. Considering that there are weekends that we might not be able to access some of these people's homes, and also noting that our application, the response is not limited to the documents, but also the law. So, Your Honor, our response will not be limited to the letters she has mentioned. It will be endowed with the law, in the law, guiding bail applications.
You said the law.
The documents, whichever document that has been submitted to us, needs to be actually responded to. Our response will not be limited. That matter, as council has taken it, and also we note that they've served us and brought in new grounds on the medical condition of the applicant herein.
Which state needs to verify?
Which we need to actually verify and see if it's the current state of the events or it's overtaken by events, Your Honor. So it's much more than the introductory letters that have been presented, that have not been presented by the sureties. It's much more, even regarding the applicant himself, considering the charges leveled against him. So we pray for more time, Your Honor, which is a strip of 1 week. Yes.
To respond, they rejoin if any, and then court has to be given time to make a ruling on the same. No.
Your Honor, our prayer is specific. It's 1 week. We believe that we'll be able to.
Your Worship,
This is off the record.
yes. Your Worship, I'm not used to back and forth.
I know.
And that is the kind of practice I have lived for the last 25 years. Supposing we are inclined to concede to an adjournment for 1 day with a prayer that the accused person be kept in a medical facility under protection, observation and protection of guard of security agencies of government, in this case police. But if they want prison to be in that hospital or police, we are many. Because all we are concerned about is protecting and preserving life. Because what the state is inviting you to do is to do an experiment on the accused person's life, whether he actually will die, whether he's in good or bad condition. We have not had the benefit of receiving from them the report of their police surgeon, because she's talking about we want to know the current state. The police surgeon did review the accused person. We are not privy to the report that he made. If they had shared with us, probably it would be a starting point for us, but it's not. We can only relate to the situation as we know it from our side. And I would give them the benefit of doubt that they do not know his condition before here. Now, I'm only speaking from a point that I know how I found him in police custody today, how he has lived before, which is not within their knowledge. As a win-win and stopgap measure, would they find pleasure to concede, as we concede to their adjournment, even for that 1 week, he be placed under medical care, under guard or protection, unless the intention is different, maybe to subdue, maybe someone to die, or for the medical condition to exacerbate beyond repair. If the intention is justice, and justice meaning a trial of a person that is not dead, then I would invite them to concede to a medical referral to go to hospital under their guard, limited visitation. Even a government hospital, I am okay, including Omulamuzi, provided it's not a military facility. Then, in exchange, we also concede to their adjournment for that 1 week. Because our proposed roadmap was, if he's in hospital for at least 1 week, he's able to prepare for the cases he's handling, assuming he's granted bail. But we can afford them the time they need to study the document, verify the locations or residences of the persons in issue. We could also, during that time, if they want, we can even provide the LC letters they're asking for. For us, we are ready. Oh, actually, the one from Laro, we do not have the original, but the copy has been sent electronically. And that is how serious we are. With that, you have two sureties whose LC identity is not an issue anymore. Your Worship, we are taking you through this pain, and I would invite you to understand where we are coming from. It is somebody we thought in the last 2 days may not be alive. Luckily, he's here, he's alive. How do we secure his life, but also the interest of justice? I would be very happy to hear a session from them.
We don't want to go back and forth, because Council Medat has ably applied for bail. The state has not responded to the same, giving their reasons. They need to verify. The issue is not about the letters. The letters have been availed. According to the state, they need time to verify the medical conditions according to them. So I believe in the interest of justice, since there are medical issues presented to court, the state will be given 2 days to respond. Yes, the state will be given 2 days to respond, and that is today's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. In order to save time, why can't state file written submissions in that regard and have them filed electronically? Honorable Medat Sebona could rejoin if any, and then court can deliver a ruling on the same. Yes, let's set a rule. This is an order of court. Let's have these 2 days, peruse, file submissions electronically. Council Medat, I believe you can respond.
1 day.
You can respond in 1 day.
Yes.
So that will be by
Friday.
No, the state files and serves by Friday. They are given 2 days to verify. The state files and serves by Friday. So the defense will respond, if any, by Monday. Then can we meet
I
here.
actually don't need money.
You don't need
Since
to.
the
This is electronic.
filing is electronic.
Electronic,
We will,
yes.
we will file on Saturday.
On Saturday. Then, if that is the case, then we shall have a mention on Monday, if I have all electronically filed, because sometimes the directives are not complied with. So we can have a mention on Monday. Salongo will be remanded till then, till Monday. The prison authorities are directed to take into account his medical condition. Specifically, we shall remind him to Maction. I think that's where the hospital is. Yes, that is where the hospital is. And then you can have a meet-up with the prison authorities on the issue of your orthopedic bed, such that you can make arrangements and have it available to them. So, he will be remanded till...
Before you do that, Your Honor, I'm grateful, first of all. May we take it as an order that we take. We do not want it from the state if they do not have it. We will provide the mattress. We will, of course, how to deliver it, we can organize that
Yes,
administration.
that's what I say, that he will have a meet-up with the prison authorities and arrange. Okay, because the prison has its own guidelines. So he will meet, the family will meet up with the prison authorities and arrange on how the issue of the orthopedic mattress will be delivered or handled accordingly. I guess we are clear on that. Yes. Be reminded to. So step for avoidance of doubt, time. Monday 10, is it available for the
Yes, available.
I believe even if it's a Sunday, it will be available.
We'll be here tomorrow, Christmas.
My client has been taken to court. They said, no, you're not going. I had to force my way. Why? Is that necessary? But I mean, because it is the way to go if you want to get a promotion. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, people who turned up. We want to thank Narongo for remaining steadfast. You know, sometimes our spouses are used as agents of the devil. Thank you, Rosie, for standing with your dear husband. We want to thank the children for the resilience. I know at some points they have been breaking down. We pray that it ends well. From a professional angle, it's very interesting. One, how somebody can charge you after asking you to release information you might have obtained from your client in the course of your professional conduct, your professional practice. Tell us what your clients told you. Can you imagine a professional? To our son, Jenom Hos Kanyarugaba, I will appeal to you still. Look at your peers, the people you went to school with, the people you went with to those military academies. On our money, look at how they conduct themselves. Get me one, not two, behaves like you. who threatens others to break limb and destroy life, who dignifies himself in dignifying others. Just one, not two. You studied. We paid for you to study in South Africa, paid for you to study in Egypt, paid for you to study in Sandhurst, paid for you to study in Kansas. You know, the instruction you received from there is to command and protect us, not to command and hurt us. I take particular note of your threat onto my life and person. Of course, I am not so hard-hearted or stone-hearted to say I do not worry or care. I care. I fear you even, but I fear the law more than anything. There are certain things that should not be done by a leader of an institution created by the Constitution. You enjoy that high office because it was created by the law. The only way you can sit lawfully in that office is by respecting the law that placed you there, plus the responsibilities that I'm also going to appeal to the Bataka of Buganda, because one of their sons, Joel Museveni, produced a son who is brutalizing us. I want to sincerely hope that I will not disappear, that I will be around. But whether I'm around or not,